Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the Voice of Jesus Ministries. My name is Rick. I'm so very glad that you have taken time to join us again this week. We are in season 4. It is titled Jesus, the Truth in Real Time. You can watch us on YouTube if you like, and I highly recommend it because I use a lot of graphics in the presentation at the Promise from Jesus 7733, or you can listen to us on your favorite podcast, whatever works best for you. Now, this week, we're going to go into a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that is, what is a good Samaritan? We are living in troubled times. There is no question about it. Chaos is around us everywhere you look. We see that our economy is just teetering and inflation is out of control. Everyone is being stretched in every direction possible, and it's bringing about a lot of stress, a lot of anxiousness, and a lot of anger. We see that in the way people are driving. We see it in the way people are responding when you ask a question or try to talk to them. Yeah, man, they about take your head off. But we are supposed to be good Samaritans. As the children of God, we need to live our lives as good Samaritans. But you got to know what a good Samaritan is. You know, when Jesus came to planet Earth, he came as a good Samaritan. Oh, you know, you probably never heard that before. And I'm glad that you're hearing it now for the first time. Why was he the good Samaritan that came to planet Earth? Let me tell you, because he did nothing but good. He didn't judge people. He didn't tear people down. He didn't wreck people out by saying terrible things to them or causing them emotional or traumatic mental problems. No, he was very helpful. He healed. He delivered. He set people free from bondages. He raised people that had died and brought them back to life. He healed people of infirmities that they were born with, blind, crippled, maimed. Back then there was a disease that people fought every day. It was called leprosy. He healed their leprosy. You can't ask for a better Samaritan than Jesus, and he should be the example for the child of God. If you're going to walk your life on planet Earth, the least you should do is try to model after Yeshua, after Jesus. I mean, come on, really. That is the way for us to go. Now listen, when he came here, he brought a whole new covenant. He brought a new message to the people. And the situation is this. The people at the time, the Judeans, they were called the Jews. They didn't like his message. And immediately they started calling him a Samaritan, but not for the reasons we just talked about. Because during the time that he appeared on planet Earth, the time of his existence here, a Samaritan wasn't considered a person who did good, who did things really wonderful for everyone around. A Samaritan was a cast out. A Samaritan was a person that the Judeans and the Jews had nothing to do with. In fact, they wouldn't even allow them in their gatherings, their cities. In fact, if they themselves ever traveled, they would go around wherever Samaritans lived. They wouldn't even pass through their cities. So they were like the Hatfields and the McCoys, for lack of a better way to say it. They were at each other's throats, and they just fought day in and day out, mostly over what they believed. And the Judeans were very strict and they were very rigid, and the reason for that is they were controlling people and they were doing things with people they shouldn't be doing, like, making them pay for their cleansing, making them pay for their blessings, making them do things that, this is how you're going to get to heaven, by if you do this and do this. And it's never been that way. So Jesus, when he showed up at a perfect time. He showed up at a time to stop the chaos and to flip the tables on what a Samaritan means. Okay? But let's just show you how the Judeans, as it's recorded in the Bibles that we carry, in John chapter 8 and verse 48, Here's where you can see very vividly how the Judeans or the Jews thought of Jesus. It says this, John 8:48. Then answered the Jews and said unto Jesus, Say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hath a devil? There you go, folks. That's exactly how they thought Samaritans were back then. They thought they had devils. They thought they were devil possessed. Why? Because they didn't do exactly what they did. They didn't follow exactly what they were teaching. The Samaritans, they said, look, we just don't agree with what you're teaching and we just don't want any part of it. So immediately you have a devil. Get out of here. You're not going to be part of our organization. Well, does that happen today? Is that happening today? I think it is. I think that you will find that if you go to any type of a religious organization and you don't agree with what they're saying, what they're teaching, what their philosophies are, and what their code of conduct is, and you just take it to wherever you want to take it, you're going to be told you might be happier if you go down the street and find yourself another place. Why? Because you don't fit in. That makes you a Samaritan. But we're not going to talk about that kind of Samaritan today. Today we're going to talk about what is a good Samaritan. What is it to be if you want to be like Jesus? We do not want to be like this. You know, today we have people arguing, standing right in front of each other. If you are watching on YouTube, I have a picture up right now, and that picture shows people being gated off with police officers at the end of it on both sides, and they have signs up saying, "You're a Samaritan, not our neighbor, not our neighbor, go back home." And on the other side, people are holding signs up saying, "Who is my neighbor? We are all neighbors. Who is my neighbor? Ask who my neighbor is. Love my neighbor." And this is the problem, okay? Can anyone agree on anything today? With the gift of free will and free choice, you know, people just really fight it. They do. You know, who is your neighbor? Who is your neighbor? Who are you in fellowship with? You know, I mean, this is really the question. So let's go on today. Worldly chaos everywhere. As the children of God, what do we do? What do we do? Okay, so I'm going to read to you a little bit about from Scripture and share with you some thoughts on this, all right? And Jesus answered and said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell amongst thieves, which stripped him of his clothing. They beat him, then ran away, leaving the man half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way. And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side, wouldn't have anything to do with him. And likewise a Levite, when he was on that place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side as well. Didn't want anything to do with him. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound him up, pouring oil and wine, and set him on his own beast or his horse, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And on the morrow, or the next day, when he departed, he took 2 pences, or 2 pieces of coins, and gave it to the host of the inn, and said to him, Take care of him, and whatsoever you spend, when I come again, I will repay you. Now, which of these 3 do you think was neighbor unto the man who fell amongst the thieves? And Jesus said, He is that one who showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, Go, and you do the same thing. Now here's the question, folks. Do you do the same thing? Would you do the same thing today? Now, before we go on, I want to share something with you about our next clip here. Does social media lead you around like a bull with a ring in its nose? Once again, if you are watching on YouTube, you'll see that there is a portrait here of a man who's leading his bull by the ring in his nose. But I want you to see on the other side of this portrait, on the other side of this portrait, look at what's leading what here. We have a picture of what looks to be a robot or AI leading another robot that looks like a cell phone with legs on it. And it has a ring at the bottom of it. And this AI is leading this cell phone around just like a bull with its ring in its nose. Are you being led around by your cell phone? Are you being led around by AI? Does it got a hold of you? Do you have a ring in your nose, and are you hooked to it by AI, and AI is pulling you in every direction possible? Listen, folks, this is the problem with modern society. In modern society today, it's very difficult to be a good Samaritan because people don't have any time to think for themselves. They don't have any time to cultivate what Jesus gave them, a precious mind, a precious heart, your whole being, your whole essence. And if you want to let a cell phone guide and direct your life, if you want to let AI lead you around like a bull with a ring in its nose, then you're going to have great difficulty in being a good Samaritan. I'm just saying, I just want you to think about it. It is something that we need to do as the children of God. Do you think for yourself? Do you think for yourself? Or do you just follow the trend? Do you see the good in life? Or do you see what everyone else is seeing because it's trending? Look, you are not alone. If Jesus is part of your life, you are not alone. And you don't need your phone. And you don't need your PC or your tablet. You don't need to be living in it 24/7. My goodness, come away. Learn to spend time without any devices, without AI. Don't be led. Don't be led around just like this picture shows. Don't be led. And if you will come around, cultivate the individual mind that Father has given you and learn how to live with other people today, because this is where the real problem lies. Let's go on with our talk about the Good Samaritan. I just put up another portrait here on YouTube that shows some historical background of what the Good Samaritan may have been like. In this particular picture, it shows a Samaritan woman, maybe because when Jesus visited the well, Jacob's well, he was thirsty, and there came a Samaritan woman to help him and to give him water. Maybe that's why we're seeing a picture of a woman helping this man who was beaten and left for dead after they took his clothes and everything that he had. And on this road, it shows a Pharisee or a priest of some sort and a Levite that are just going to pass by without even reckoning this situation. Is that how you want to live your life? I hope not. I hope that you are not part of that kind of a life today. You know, being a good Samaritan means that you understand what it means to love, what it means to have respect, what it means to have joy, and not to be so self-centered and self-righteous. You understand being a good person is easy if you would only try. Being the person Jesus wants you to be is easy if you'll let him in and let him help you. I put up another screen here that shows then a portrait of ancient Samaritan person helping the man who was beaten and left for dead on the road while others passed him by. And I have a portrait right underneath it that shows what it might look like today. And this portrait is modern society with a priest coming down the road staring at his cell phone, and an executive dressed in a suit staring at his cell phone, and they're going to pass by this beaten man laying on the street while a good Samaritan has stopped and bandaged his wounds and is giving him water and is helping him. Listen, being a good Samaritan is knowing what love is. If you know what love is, then you know what a Samaritan is. In 1 Corinthians, the chapter of love is chapter 13. And I want to tell you what love is. Love is patient. It is patient with people. Are you patient? Children, are you patient with your parents? And parents, are you patient with your children? You have to be patient with people. You know, today people are just going in a million different directions. Love is kind. Are you kind? Are you a kind person? Do you show kindness to others around you? Or are you too busy staring at your phone? Love does not envy. And you know, social media creates envy every time you strum it up in your hand. You start scrolling through it, you start becoming envious of what this person is doing, what that person is doing, how that person looks, what they're accomplishing. Oh my God, they have this many views, they have this many likes, they have this much, oh, they're making all kinds of money on YouTube. Oh, this is hogwash. It does not envy. It does not boast. Do you know today you can't hardly go anywhere without people are embellishing? It's like, is it that hard to tell the truth? My goodness. Love does not boast. Quit embellishing. Tell the truth. And don't be so boastful. Love is not proud. Oh, baby. Does that touch a chord? People are so prideful today, but love is not proud. Love does not dishonor others. Listen, you may not like people that are around you for various reasons, and you may be justified 100%, but that doesn't give you the right to dishonor anybody. You know, we have to honor one another because that is the beginning of love. You don't have to like them. You don't have to respect what they might be doing that's contrary to everything that you ever believed. But you do not have the right to dishonor them. That is not love. Love is not self-seeking. Do I need to explain that for reals? Love is not easily angered. Oh my goodness. Can you give a kind word instead of being angry? I saw a person the other day, he wanted to get his clothing spun in a spinner at the gym. And it didn't work, so he beat on it with his hand. He ripped the top, broke the top, took his stuff out, and just went storming. Oh, the anger in people is just ferocious. Love does not easily anger. Love keeps no record of wrong. Are you keeping record of wrong? You need to check that box. Are you keeping record of wrong? Because you don't have any right to do that. And if you do, you're only hurting yourself. If you don't forgive someone, how can you possibly expect any forgiveness in your life? Love keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil. Listen to this, child of God. Love does not delight in evil. Love rejoices with the truth. And this is the biggie. Love rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always has hope. It always preserves. It never fails. That is what love is. This is, if you're watching YouTube, you can look at this list. You can also go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and you can read it for yourself. Listen to me, child of God. You have to take the first step. Life here on earth is not a stroll in the park. Father gave you free will and free choice. You are not a robot. Quit acting like one. Don't live your life in a cell phone screen, in a tablet screen, in front of your PC. There is more to life than AI. There is more to life than all of this that's going on today. And listen, don't be led astray by people who say, oh, this is the best that it ever was. You know, we have so much today. We can do so much. Let me tell you something. You're not a robot. You are a child of God. And that child of God needs to be a good Samaritan in this world, showing love to this world, showing people how to come away and spend time with Jesus. Use the gift with wisdom and goodness. Be a good, no, not just a good, be a great Samaritan on planet Earth. Start right now making the right choices. Do it with Jesus in real time. Start now. This is the first step in a whole new life for you. I hope you will do it. I hope you will take that first step. Set your phone down. Come away. Spend some time with Jesus and learn what it is to be a good Samaritan. Learn what it is to be a good neighbor. Learn what it is to be a great child of God on planet Earth right now in the midst of chaos like we've never seen before. This world needs you, but more than that, the other brothers and sisters in Jesus, the other children of God need you even more. It's true. We need to be there for each other. This is how we will stand strong until you are called home. I hope you got something out of this week. Remember now, take time to pray. Love your children and love your spouses. Love your parents. My goodness. Spend time with family, not with cell phones, not with tablets. Spend time with people. Come away. Come away. You are not a robot. Stop acting like one. Be the child Father created you to be. We love you. Look forward to seeing you next time. Jesus is there for you, and we hope you will be there for him. Bye-bye.